Brighton started this team absolutely smashing it. They picked up wins from top 6 teams and were certainly on the rise. But their run of form stopped. They haven't won a single game since November 23rd against Bournemouth, and they're now 11th in the Prem because of that. But Brighton's a team I truly respect, selling their best players every season and still managing to compete at the top level. But today I want to take them one step further, because I've just been announced as their brand new manager with one goal in mind: make them the best team in the world by winning the Champions League. So here we go guys, season 1 with Brighton, and I thought this time we'd try something a little different, because we joined them on the 26th of November, just 3 days after their last Premier League win against Bournemouth. So we've taken charge of them around the time where everything started to go wrong, because as it stands they're currently 5th in the Premier League right now, and it's my job this year to keep this run of form going, as this is indeed the team that we've inherited. And let's be real guys, we all know Brighton by now. We've got a stacked team. I mean, there's Matt O'Reilly, Purvis Estupinian, Weefer, Kadioglu, Matoma. Not even including the youngsters we've got like Julius Caesar and Ciso, Evan Ferguson, Brejan Gruder, Baleba, Minter. The list literally goes on and on. The one thing about Brighton though that is pretty annoying, we do have a contract situation to sort out in January, but if this is the biggest problem we've got right now, it's not really a problem, especially when we have 60 million in the budget. But guys, did you really think it was going to be that simple? Because just like Brighton in real life, we have to sell our 2 best players every single year. So that means Matoma and Kadioglu are up for being sold, but that could change come January. But that's not all. For now, we are only allowed to spend a maximum of 30 million per signing. But because as of late Brighton has spent a little more on players, we're going to have that chance too as well. Because as you can see on my left, these 3 different levels with 30 million, 50 million and 70 million. We are currently at level 1 right now, which means we can only spend a max of 30 mil per signing. But if we want to get to level 2 and spend 50 mil per player, we have to get a top 6 finish. And if we want to get to level 3 and spend 70 million per player, we have to reach at least the quarters in the UCL. So it's really not going to be easy guys, but it's officially now my job with those rules to turn this Brighton side into the world's best club. But because we're not in January yet, there's nothing we can really do with this team apart from messing around with the tactics, and for now we are keeping the formation as it is. We're using short passing build-up style and we are playing a pretty high line. As for the player instructions, as you can see, it's pretty bog standard. We've got a front 4 high up the pitch with a holding CDM and deep line playmaker with 2 fullbacks. And on paper I do believe this is our strongest team. Now I am aware that we are missing a couple of players. I mean, O'Reilly's on the bench, so is Minter, you got Gruder, Ferguson and Ciso. I would love to put all these players in the starting 11, but the truth of the matter is there's only 11 spots for this team and they're just not good enough yet. Or in Matt O'Reilly's case, he's just not in the right position. It'll take a long time to convert into a cam or a CDM, so for now I'm going to loan him out so that he's getting game time elsewhere. And I'm loaning all these players out in January too, because there's some players in this team whose development absolutely relies on game time, and with them in this squad right now, I don't think they're going to get all of it. But because we're nowhere near January yet, there's literally nothing more I can do. We've just got to hope that what we've done with this team actually works instead of picking up consecutive draws and losses. But for now guys, we've just arrived in January and we've got bigger problems. Kadioglu and Matoma are our 2 best players, which means now we've got to sell them. And to be honest, I haven't really had much luck loaning all these other players out either. I'm just hoping now that we're in January that luck will actually change. And finally guys, we pulled it off. Fede Kadioglu's gone to Bayern for 35 mil and Matoma's gone to Villa for 28 mil. And now we have 99 million to spend. Hang on a minute, what? 99 million? I've been ripped off. Unfortunately though, there's not much we can do about it now, but that is still a lot of money to invest in this team. We need to improve our defense a bit, we need a better left midfielder. To be honest, there's a lot we need to do. But remember guys, we're on level 1, which means a maximum of 30 million per signing. So I'm kicking this off with an insanely tactical transfer. Rayan Aitnari, 23, 80 rated with 25 mil, and I bet you're thinking he's a bit costly. It'll cost between 20 and 25 mil to sign him, so this is a done deal straight away. And just like that, we signed our first player for 22.8 million. But we're nowhere near done yet, because I'm going for Claudio Echeverri for that left midfielder role. 1976 rated and an exciting prospect. The only thing he needs to work on is his shooting. And I'm going for Connor Bradley, only 21, 76 rated, and both of these players are under 30 mil. In fact, both of these players combined cost just over that amount to sign on a 5-year deal. And this team right now is slowly starting to come together. But there is one player I want to try and go for, and that is Jared Branthwaite from Everton, 22, 6'5", 79 rated, but will cost between 33 and 42 mil. So the only way we'll make this work is if we throw a player into this deal alongside the money, because there's no rule against doing that. So I'm offering 30 mil alongside Solly March. That's 41.5 mil in total. Guys, I'm not messing around. If we can get this deal over the line, that will be game changing for Brighton. But they want 39.7 million. Is there no one else we can give them? Maybe we could give them Jean-Paul Heck. I mean, he's worth 500,000 more than Solly March. We've also added a 15% selling clause. I'm hoping this works. Thank God for that 30 mil in freaking Van Heck. The deal is done. And with the signing of Jared Branthwaite within the rules, guys, that is our transfer window done as well. And considering the 4 players we brought in, guys, I would say that we've had a very successful one at that. And on paper, this is how we're looking right now. Obviously, there's a lot of room for improvement, but that is kind of the whole point. My goal, as you can see, is to buy pretty young players, which means they're always improving, which then means if we have to sell 2 of our best players, we're not going to be hit that much. Plus, if we're already signing developed players, we're probably going to have to sell them anyway. But guys, back to business for a second. It looks like what we did back in November actually worked. We are top 6 come the end of January, guys, as opposed to being 11th. So there is a chance we could get to level 2 in season 1. And if these boys keep their run of form going till the end of the season, a top 6 finish is in our grasp. Unfortunately though, guys, these stats don't look promising. I mean, João Pedro and Rota were our 2 best players, and neither of them cracked more than 25 goal contributions. On paper though, guys, you can definitely tell that there's been some development, which is always a good thing. But this isn't, guys. We miss out on top 6 football by 7 points in the end. We absolutely choked it. We've lost out on an extra 20 mil per signing next year, man. That could be seriously costly. We didn't do well in the FA Cup either. Hull knocked us out in round 4. And Liverpool knocked us out of the Carabao Cup. But honestly, these competitions, I don't really care about them. Unless I win it, I don't think I'm going to show you. Because in order to get to level 2 and 3, we don't need to win the FA or Carabao Cup. We need a top 6 finish first. But I do think we're on the right track with this team. There just needs to be a little more development, and we'll be knocking on top 6 football's door. But guys, we've got bad news. Matt O'Reilly's getting sold next year, and so is freaking Rayan Aït-Nouri. I can't believe it. We've only just bloody brought him. Oh, these rules can go suck a big fat pile of... This is where finishing inside the top 6 would have been amazing, man. We could have spent 50 mil per signing, but for now we're restricted to 30. But we somehow got to make it work, guys, because our goal with this team ultimately is to make them the best team in the world. So here we go, guys. Season number 2 at Brighton, and I haven't mucked around, guys. Matt O'Reilly's been sold to Liverpool, and Rayan Aït-Nouri has been sold to Athletic Bilbao. Not quite sure he's a Basque player, though. But anyway, we've now got 164 million to spend, and if we spend this money properly on the right players in the right positions, that top 6 finish that we're after could definitely be up for grabs. The thing is though, I didn't realise just how stacked Brighton were. I mean, we've got how many keepers? What, like 6 or 7? And going through all the positions in the team, we've got at least 2 or 3 players for every single position. So depth wise, we are actually pretty stacked. So this 164 mil, it looks like is going to go on starting 11 players alone for now. But remember, we are only on level 1. We failed a top 6 finish last year, which means we're restricted to 30 million per signing. So with that being said, guys, I'm going for Lewis Hall from Newcastle United, 20, 77 rated with 17 million. Really well rounded, just needs a bit more pace to him and he'll be solid. I'm also signing Mika Marmel, the 24-year-old, is 6 foot, 78 overall, and most importantly, his contract's expiring, so there's no reason why he should be any more than 30. But to be fair, neither player cost all that much, as we only had to spend 38 million combined to sign both of them on a 5-year deal. And we've still got 118 million to spend. Yeah, it's official. We need a top 6 finish and we need it soon. But looking at that defense now, I'm confident that we'll be on the right track this year, but there is one more thing I want to do. And And that's to sign Archie Gray, 1975 rated, an exciting prospect. And he won't even cost us 13 million. In fact, he only cost us 12 mil to sign on a 5-year deal. And I'm looking at the players we brought in this season, guys, and I think that's our window done. We don't need anybody else. In fact, what I'm going to do now is loan out every single one of these players, because growth outside of this club is just as important as growth inside the club. Because if Lewis Hall, for example, becomes our best player this year, Valentin Barco, if he has a decent stint elsewhere, can really step up to the plate if need be. But like I've just said, that's our window done, which means this is our team going into season 2. And honestly, I'm feeling pretty confident. We've had a game plan to sign younger players, and honestly, when you look at the average age of our best players, that's exactly what we've done, and right now it's working pretty well. We just need these players to pull a bit of overtime this year, get some growth, get some wins, and hopefully we'll be in Europe next year. But guys, that really isn't the case. In fact, we did worse. We had 10th in the Prem this time. I'm beginning to get worried, man. How long is it going to take us to get a top 6 finish? But get this, despite us finishing 8th last year, we actually made Conference League football. And we made it to the semis before getting knocked out by Betis. We almost won it without even trying. But on paper, this team is looking amazing, man. The improvement is astounding. And the stats are actually pretty good. João Pedro, Buonanotte, Rota, even Kozia Dewberry got in on the action. But guys, because we are yet to get top 6 football, we are still restricted to 30 million per signing. And the worst thing is, we still got to sell our 2 best players, which now are Jared Branthwaite and João Pedro as well. I really have tried getting ready for something like this, but you can't prepare for losing 2 of your best players every year. I mean, we do have Evan Ferguson to replace João Pedro, but we've got nobody for Branthwaite. And that could be the difference next season, man, because this team needs to get top 6 football soon, otherwise we're going to be stuck outside of that top 6 forever with Brighton. But before we go any further, if you're enjoying this video so far, drop it a big old thumbs up, get this video to 1,000 likes, and if you're new around here, drop a subscribe whilst you're at it. But here we are, guys, back to business. Season 3 has just begun. Branthwaite has left, and so has João Pedro. And this is what really sucks, guys. We've got just over 200 million to spend. But because we've yet to get a top 6 finish, we're still restricted to 30 mil per signing. Honestly, these rules suck. But looking at this team, guys, I feel like this season is going to be our best shot yet of achieving a top 6 finish. I mean, players are on international duty. We've seen massive development in this team. Everything right now is looking up. Aside from selling our 2 best players, of course. To be fair though, guys, I've been through our squad up, and there's only one transfer I feel like we need to make this season. And that is for our centre-backs. We've got Marmel, we've got Igor, both very good, but I think we need a third one, just in case one of these players decides to have a rocket season and become our best player. And that's why I'm signing Al-Shadal Bitshiabu from Real Madrid. He's actually quite similar to Branthwaite. 6'5", only 21. He just needs a bit more pace and he'll be rock solid. And there we go, 50 million later, he now plays for Brighton. I will, however, be loaning him out for 1 or 2 seasons. He's got a ton of potential, but we are trying to get top 6 football, and a 76 rated centre-back isn't going to help us achieve that. I'm also signing these 2 players. I mean, they're both free agents, so they're not exactly going to cost us 30 mil a piece, are they? And with that, there's nothing more we can really do in this transfer window, as this is indeed the team going into season 3. And I feel like this is our year. I mean, the last 2 years, this team has slowly been developing. It's been improving. Granted, last year we had a stinker, but we're going to bounce back and then some, hopefully. We just need big performances from Bart Verbruggen, keeping them clean sheets. We need Ferguson to step up to the plate with the absence of João Pedro. And we overall need this team to pull their fingers out their backsides and finally get us top 6 football. But never mind top 6, we've somehow won the Premier League by 8 points. How the hell have we done that? I mean, we've absolutely smashed it this year, but the most important thing, we've got top 6 football. And that means we can finally go from 30 mil per player to 50 million a signing, which is going to be so crucial going forward. But guys, work this one out. We smashed the Premier League, but Watford knocked us out in the FA Cup. And bloody Reading knocked us out of the Carabao Cup. Like, honestly, how does that work? But quite frankly, I couldn't give a rat's backside, because this team is indeed now the best team in England. But looking at it, I am honestly struggling to see how. I mean, granted, we do have a good team, but we should not be winning the Premier League just yet. And the stats aren't really that good either, guys. How on earth have we actually pulled this off? I don't know, guys, but I don't think we're pulling it off next year, because we're selling Connor Bradley and we are selling Matt Weaver, as they're our best 2 players. And with them both being our most valuable players, something tells me we ain't going to be able to replace them with the quality they bring to the team. But we're going to have to try our best to pull that off because we are playing in the Champions League where Inter Milan are indeed the team to beat. And because we're allowed 50 mil per signing now, I reckon we could potentially make this team a contender to win this entire damn thing in one go. But we can't get ahead of ourselves just yet because as we begin season 4 with Brighton, we've had to sell our 2 best players. Connor Bradley's gone back to Liverpool and Weaver's gone to Real Madrid, which in turn gives us 345 million, and that is an ungodly amount of money to spend. But when you look at the team, if I'm being real, there's only 2 positions we really need to focus on. And surprisingly, one of them isn't the CDM role because Carlos Balibas come back from his loan with an 83 rated player. And that's exactly why I've been loaning players out, guys, because in instances like this, we've got backups primed and ready. Having said that though, the team isn't perfect. We do need a better right back and we need a better centre back than Igor now, especially now that we're in the UCL. But remember, we can now spend up to 50 million per signing now, and that is absolutely massive going into this season. Because that means we can aim for higher quality players like Tino Livramento from Newcastle, mid-20s, and his contract's expiring. So he'll only cost between 33 and 42 million. This is a done deal. And that it is, as he only costs 34 mil to sign on a 5-year contract. But I'm not quite done yet because I want to sign Christian Mosquera, only 23, 6'2", 82 rated. His stats indicate that he's a powerhouse at the back and he'll cost a max of 46.8 million. And just like that, our window is done after signing Mosquera on a 5-year deal for 45 million. While I say our transfer window is done, I'm once again loaning out all of these players. I mean, we've proven with Belieber this is a method that works, so I'm not stopping now. However, going into season 4, this is how our team looks, and we are in a great place. As you can see, my plan to bring in younger players to this team and develop them has worked a treat, as the majority of our players aren't even 25 yet. And I think that gives us a real advantage in the UCL, as for the first time with Brighton, we are taking part in this competition. But whether we're in this competition next year is a different story, as we are only 8th in the league after 3 games. But hopefully these 2 players will indeed make a difference. I mean, we've already got a stellar team, so it's going to be very interesting to see how we get on in the Champions League this year. However, as for the Premier League, I kind of knew last season was a one-hit wonder. We are top 4. We are in the UCL next year, but we're nowhere near the Premier League. We do, however, win the Community Shield, but we lose to Leeds in the FA Cup final. Oh, that's gutting. And we still don't win the Carabao Cup. So far though, that's 2 out of 4. And as mental as this might sound, it could be 3 out of 5 as well, as we are through to the next round. But Club Brugge knock us out straight away. Jesus, we don't even make it to the round of 16. Which means for 1 season longer, we are restricted to 50 mil per signing. But guys, I'll be real with you, looking at this team right now, I feel like we are closing in on the UCL. I mean, as you can see from the stats, we stepped it up. Ferguson did, Rutter, Buonanotte, even Piccoli got on the score sheet. But remember guys, we still have to sell our 2 best players every year, and this time it's our keeper Verbruggen and Belieber, who's just come back from loan and gone to the starting 11 this year. And they're 2 of our most valuable players as well, so replacing these pair for 50 mil, yeah, that's not going to be easy. But if we want to be like AC Milan and lift that Champions League, we have to replace these 2 players with quality, man, because not only are they our 2 best players, they play in really important positions. And as we start season 5, they are officially gone. Verbruggen's gone to Bayer Leverkusen and Belieber's gone to Dortmund, which gives us just shy of $500 million. Honestly, these rules suck so much. I mean, to be fair, the rest of this team doesn't really need much doing to it. It's just our CDM and keeper roles we need to sort out now. But I suppose being restricted to 50 mil per signing isn't bad after all, because I found Beñat Prados from Athletic Bilbao, 27, 84 rated. For a CDM, he's insanely well-rounded, plus he's only worth 33 million as well. Which means he's well within our £50 million rule, as we only had to spend 35 mil to sign him. And now all we need is a replacement for Verbruggen and we're done. But the beauty about goalkeepers is they've got more longevity in their career than outfield players, which is why I'm going for Vicario from Bayern Munich. He's just as good as Verbruggen, just a little older, and because his contract's running out, he's only worth 37 million. We've dropped on a gold mine here, and that gold mine wraps up our transfer window for 34 million. And somehow now, guys, we've actually been able to replace the quality we've lost with pretty solid players. Granted, after that window, the team is a little bit older overall, but I don't mind that because we do need experience, don't we? Especially when we're once again in the Champions League. But last year, this team didn't even make it through to the round of 16. I don't even care about the quarterfinals. I want to make it to the semis this time. But guys, never mind the Champions League for a second. We have once again won the Prem. How are we doing this? Seriously, I've never won the Premier League so much. And as for the Champions League, we've absolutely killed it in the league phase. And we knock out Bayern in the round of 16. But lose 6-5 to PSG in the quarters. Oh, come on, man. We could have drawn against any bloody team in the quarters. We just happened to draw against them. But there is some good news. Because we've reached the quarters of the Champions League, we can now spend up to 70 million per signing. And considering this team is already two-time Premier League champions, that can only bode well for us. And as you can see from the stats, they are fantastic. Especially Ferguson, by the way. 31 goal contributions in 49 games. But the problem is, guys, we're going to have to say goodbye to two players still. And this time it's Vicario and freaking Buonanotte. I'm not really fussed about Vicario, but Buonanotte, he's only 24 and already that good. We're losing out on one of the world's best players at this point. But just like the last 5 years, we've got to figure it out. Because last year we made the playoffs in the UCL, this year we made the quarters. Next season, though, I want to be lifting the Champions League. But let's not forget, as we start Season 6, we've had to sell our two best players, and as you can see, they're both gone. And we've now got 630 million to spend. That is genuinely insane money. But even though we've reached level 3 with Brighton, we're still realistically being short-handed. We're allowed 70 mil only per signing. But we've got this team as it is with only 30 and 50 million signings. So hopefully we can take them the rest of the way with 70 mil signings. So first and foremost, we need to replace Vicario. And I found Lucas Chevalier, only 27, 88 rated. His contract's expiring too. And considering just how good he is, he's going to be undervalued and more importantly, an absolute bargain for us. And I was absolutely right, as for a player of his quality, we only had to spend 56.6 million. However, I might be pushing my luck with our next signing, as I want Dejan Kulusevski to join us. He's got cracking stats to be fair, but he's worth between 65 and 83 mil, so if we automate this deal happen, we're going to have to throw a player into it. So I'm throwing Simon Adingra into it alongside 50 million. I'm hoping that Postecoglou sees this and actually likes it. And he does, ladies and gents. That's our transfer window done. And looking at the team now, guys, it is genuinely that good. You wouldn't have thought we'd have sold our two best players. And with us being in the Champions League again, that really bodes well for us. To be honest though, I think it's time this team went for it. They've already won the Premier League twice now, guys. It is time for us to lift that goddamn Champions League. Well, I don't know about the Champions League yet, but we are once again the best team in England. Guys, this is the third time out of 6 seasons we've won this. We're dominating the Prem. We've won the Community Shield again too. Guys, this is crazy. And it gets even better as we are through to the round of 16 after finishing 8th in the league phase. And that's where we annihilate Atletico 5-1. We just get past Madrid. And we've beaten Barcelona 4-2. We're playing Athletic Bilbao in the final. Are you joking? We've legit beat the big three in Spain. Now all we've got to do is beat Athletic Bilbao in the final to win it. I mean, looking at that team, all due respect to Bilbao, but they aren't as good as Barca, Madrid or Atletico, are they? But as you can tell from our stats, we certainly are. I mean, look at Gruda, for goodness sake, 40 goal contributions in 53 games. I didn't even think I put him in the starting team. I'm really not sure, guys. All I know is if we don't win the Champions League final, we've got to sell Archie Gray and Chevalier, so I better freaking perform well in this final. But when our team looks like this, I don't see how we can lose, man. We have got easily the best team in the world now. I mean, we've won 3 Premier League titles, for goodness sake, only spending on a budget as well. And we could add our very first Champions League trophy to our cabinet, and all we've got to do that is beat Athletic Bilbao in the next 90 minutes. To be fair, guys, I can't wait to use this team. We've done such a good job building it from Season 1 on a really tight budget as well. And we've won 3 Premier League titles with them. I can't wait to see how they play. As he is the big man, Kulusevski, the big Swede, is on the ball. He's taking out. I knew Jesus Christ, you dirty sod. And that is a red card already. I tell you what, we couldn't have asked for a better a start to the game, to be fair. As he is Kulusevski, we're going to go inside. Inside once again. Oh, this is going to be 1-0 straight away. Just like that. Echevre, inside 10 minutes, we are 1-0 up. I'm calling it now. This is going to get embarrassing for Bilbao. I mean, straight away they got a man sent off and we've taken full advantage. Yeah, Atletico need to change their formation and switch their tactics up. Otherwise, I'm going to absolutely obliterate them. Here comes Cambiago on the right side of the pitch. He's dinked it in to no avail though. Oh, hang on, maybe not. They've got the ball still in our area. We need to tackle him. Good defending. Here they come though. Oh dear, they could get a goal back straight away. That's good defending, good keeping. It's weird to say, guys, but since they've gone a man down and a goal down, they've really stepped their game up. But here we go. Evan Ferguson, he could pick that up. He's on the end of it. He can make this 2-0 just like that. Oh, what a save. That was struck with some bloody venom as well. Here we go. Once again, on the freaking defense against Athletic Bilbao. They're doing really well, to be fair to them. I feel like if they get a goal back, though, it will be a really tight game going forward. But as soon as we get a second goal, it's going to be curtains for them. Here comes Prados, though. Oh, my God, no way. That can't be a second freaking red, surely. Imagine if this is a red. Nah, it's a yellow. They got away with that one, though. That would have actually been hilarious, man. Could you imagine if they got, like, enough red cards to abandon the game? But here we come, Kulusevski. We're going to try and find a dink over to Ferguson on the right foot. Oh, my God, what a save. I tell you what, Ferguson doesn't skip leg day, does he? The power in his shot is insane. But we are now in the second half. Lewis Hall pushing forward. Can we spot that run from Ferguson? Yes, we can. We're going to take a shot from distance. Is he left-footed or right-footed? I swear he's left. But he's taking every shot with his right foot, so that makes me think he's right-footed. I'll give credit where credit's due. Athletic Bilbao are not giving up. As soon as they get a goal back, if they do, it is really going to be game on. I'm going to try and not let that happen as I'm going to try and find Evan Ferguson. He's on the ball. Oh, he's bodied his man. He's going to take a shot with his right foot. Another save, Simon. What do we have to do to get a second goal? Seriously, Echeve on the cut. That's a great ball. And Kulusevski, what are you doing, Eddie? You get your head on that, kid. It's game over, but we've got Lewis Hall on the ball now. Let's take a shot from distance. Free kick, fair play. We've got Echeve on the free kick. We all know how amazing I am at free kicks, so let's just see what happens. 3/4 power. Absolutely terrible. I need to practice that in my spare time because I'm shocking, but Prados is on the ball. We're going to take a shot from distance ourselves. Oh my God, that was screaming for top right bins. I can't believe how competitive this game's been considering they've been down to 10 men since basically the start of this game. Fair play to Bilbao. But here comes Echevre. We're going to find Evan Ferguson if we can get the ball to him. Oh my God, I just ran it straight into him. Here's Cambiasso though on the ball. Oh, they're trying to find a dink inside. That's good defending. Just under 10 minutes to go till we're lifting that trophy. I mean, it's been freaking coming. We've won the Premier League 3 times in a goddamn row, for goodness sake. But Bilbao are not letting this go without a fight, and they just put it over the bar. I cannot put into words how lucky we are that that didn't go in. Oh my goodness, Bilbao, we're lucky they skipped target practice. But here comes Scalvini. We're going to try and cut inside. I don't think we're doing a good job of it. Rutter's there though. Oh no, Archie Gray's there. He's going to put us 2-0 up. He's freaking saved again. What do we have to do to get a second? If Bilbao get an equaliser on the stroke of the final whistle blowing, I'm actually going to go nuts. Oh my God, they've actually done it as well. I can't even be mad at that. That was a gorgeous goal, but come on, man, really? And you lot say to me, I win every final too easily. I am literally drawing against 10 men Bilbao in the final. And it is official. Extra time against 10 men. I can't bloody believe it. This is actually embarrassing, you know. And I'll be real, there's a good chance they can win this game as they're in behind and they just put it wide again. Guys, my arse is clenching right now. How are we not losing? But I see that empty space, Evan Ferguson. Oh, surely this is 2-1. Surely. Oh my God, what do we have to do to score? This is actually a joke at this point. I mean, whoever that keeper is absolutely freaking sane. Marmal on the ball. Okay, Rutter, he's got a bit of room on the... Oh, that is absolutely shocking. 15 minutes left, guys, now to get the winner. But we could get a great start with Echevre. Oh, piss off, referee. That's not on ball. We were in behind then as well. All Echevre had to do was get behind Scalvini, and that's 2-1. But we have a golden opportunity here. Rutter. Okay, Rutter, he's in behind. He's going to be against Scalvini. He's around Scalvini. Please. Thank God for that with 10 minutes to go. With finally get a second goal. Oh my Lord above, have mercy on my soul. What on earth is this game? Archie Gray made a fantastic tackle in the centre of the park. Wrought it, got past Scalvini. Their team is knackered because they're down to 10 men, and we finally are able to capitalise on it. I mean, fair play. I did say after they went 10 man down, they need to switch it up. They did, and they brought us to the absolute brink. And to be fair, they still could do. Oh my God, there's no way. There's absolutely no way. They're going to get an equaliser. Oh my, thank God for that. We are playing with fire at the minute. What is going on? We need a third, guys. I don't trust this game. Actually, I see that run in behind. Evan Ferguson is open. He's going to put us 3-1 up here. Surely that is the game done. Valiant effort by Bilbao, but we are undoubtedly now the best team in the world. That's such a relief, man. Bilbao have ran their legs off that much. They've literally got nothing left in the tank. And there is finally the full-time whistle. We have beaten Athletic Bilbao 3-1 on the night. In the course of the Champions League, we've taken out the 4 best teams in Spain, and in doing so, we have won the Champions League. And despite that taking only 6 years, that was one of the trickiest rebuilds I have ever done. I'm telling you, try this yourselves and see for yourselves. But in the time we've done this, we've won 3 Premier League titles, 2 FA Community Shields, and I'm pretty sure we won an FA Cup too. And now that we finally lift the Champions League, that is our 7th trophy in 6 years with Brighton to make them the world's best club. And that means my job is done. If you have enjoyed this video and want to see more content just like this, drop this video a big old thumbs up, get it to 1,000 likes, and smash that subscribe button if you're new. And if you want to watch more content just like this, YouTube recommends you click here because this video is a banger.